Michelle. That
You're
was
so
nice.
welcome.
That's beautiful. I brought one of the books. I'm going to tell you about it. So anyway, so last night at 11 o'clock, I was just getting ready to turn off the TV, head for the bed, and I got a call. and normally that late I'd say no, but I went, no, this is right, so say yes. Okay, so I said yes. And it was right, and I knew there was something that I needed to say to you, but to me, because we're all one. And so there's a message for each one of us in this, and I hope you get it. Anyway, so what I'm talking about is the secret to abundance. And then normally before I do a talk, I like to ask myself, what is it you really want to give in this talk? And the word trust came up. So this is about trust. And what are we trusting? We're trusting our connection. We're trusting the knowingness that Tom talked about and everyone talks about here. We're trusting that within us that guides and helps us. So that's what this is about today. So first of all, we want to know, what is abundance? And abundance, some think of it as money and it's tangible, and I have a nice house and I have some credentials. And if you know me at all, I avoid credentials, even though I have lots of them, because I want you to see me and not just letters. But it's okay, because I understand we live in a world where those things really count. But abundance can be also love, opportunity, friendship. Perhaps it's everything. Perhaps abundance is everything. But I want to help you guide to a higher level of understanding abundance today. And it doesn't preclude having a nice house and a nice car and all the letters and all of those things, okay? But you have to decide what it is to you. And I hope that you'll continue to expand that definition, because I am always expanding it. I hope you are too. So in the parable of the talents, Jesus taught through stories, which is what we all do. We all teach through stories. And the parable of the talents is about the master, which would be the Lord. And he told his servants, I'm going to be away for a bit, and I'm going to turn this over to you, which is us. And he said, each one I'm going to give you certain talents, which equates to money. And I'm going to give this to you, and I want you to take care of it for me. And so the first one he gave 2 talents. No, I think it was 5 talents. The second one he gave 2 talents. And the third one he gave 1 talent. And then he went away. And in the meantime, the guys, they were guys, I'm sure, were to take care of these talents and do something with them. So he came back later, maybe a month or so, and he came back and he said, okay, let's have an accounting now. And I want you to be in this accounting with me, okay? So the accounting was, well, I had 5 talents and I increased them to 10, so I doubled. Oh, great, you did good. Yes, good job. So for that, you get all these territories I'm going to hand to you, and you get all the talents too. The second one, he said, oh, well, I had 2 talents, but I halved them. So I did good, I increased. And he said, okay, for you, you did good. And for you, you get to have these territories. And of course, you can have the talents too. And the third one said, well, you gave me 1 talent, but I was really concerned that I might not do it right, so I buried the talent. And so I kept it for you in safekeeping because it's buried. And the master was mad. Like, how dare you? You had this talent, and you buried it, and you didn't do anything with it. Your territory gets taken away and given to these other 2. So I want to know how you relate to that. Because if we transfer that over to talents, then we know that we all have talent. We all have abilities. We all have skills. We all have all these gifts that were given to us. And it's up to us to do something with them, to decide how we're going to expand them. And if you're afraid to expand, then, your Lord, that which is trying to come through you to express through these talents and all of these beautiful people, then that's not good. It's not helpful. It's not your true self. So that's what this is about, is for us to have abundance in all things, we must give. We must express. So a talent is more than a skill. It can be a skill, but it's more than a skill. It can be like bringing peace to a chaotic situation. It can be nurturing and compassion that you bring and express at all times. It can be creating order where there is none. It could be being a good friend. It could be being self-motivated to get things done. I mean, we see that a lot in this center. And solving problems and being in your integrity at all times and being honest. I hear a lot of excuses for being honest. Well, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And I always say, you can't hurt anyone's feelings. Only they can do that. So honesty to me is a gift, because when you're honest, then you're expressing truth from whatever viewpoint you have. It was so important, and we need it so much in our world right now. And then kindness and perseverance and determination and dependability and maturity, these are all talents. Of course, there's music and there's art and there's how to fix an engine beautifully and how to do house maintenance. All of these are talents and skills. So we have lots and lots of them, and each one of us is multi-talented. And this is about expanding that. So oftentimes we take this for granted. So I had a friend in Kansas City, and she asked me to come up and watch her while she was coaching a client and just give her feedback. And I said, sure. So I went there, and she did her session with her client, and I thought it was really went really well, and she was in a flow, and I always watch for that. Are they in a flow? And then when it was over, I said, well, here's what I observed, that you asked great questions, you were connected to the client, you seemed to take her in a good direction, you gave her some good possibilities. I liked it. It's not necessarily my style, but it's your style, and it works. It was beautiful. She got mad at me. Because she thought she had some big flaw because it came too easy for her. This can't be right. It comes too easy for me. I want you to hear that, because that which comes easy for you is your talent, or at least part of your talent. If it comes easy, I love to teach. I teach all the time. I've been teaching since I was a little kid. I have a twin sister. I was always teaching her because I was always a little bit ahead of her. So it's like God gave me this format to teach when I was young. But I would look at that situation and I'd go, well, she didn't get it when I said it this way, so I'll try saying it that way. And then maybe I'll try it this way. And pretty soon she'd get it. Whatever it was we were working on, she would get it. And I thought, so I learned early that I watch people and go, they're not getting this. Okay, try this. So that's the part of teaching. That's the part of teaching that I'm really good at, is I can read people and help them find that principle or understand that principle. So that's a skill, a natural skill I brought in with me. And all of you have done the same thing. Not necessarily teaching, but who knows, lots of different things. You can look back at your life and go, what have I excelled in? What has come easy for me? What do I love expressing? Key right there. What do I love expressing? So sometimes we can get myopic about these things, like my friend who wasn't accepting that this was her path. It was a natural path for her. So here's some other stories that might help you. I want you to connect with what it is that you came in to do, because we are not here to sit around and watch TV all the time. We are not here to retire and sit around. No, you're wasting. At that point, you're wasting You're wasting this beautiful energy that comes into you. Do something. Anything, but do something. So anyway, getting back. This energy, it wants to pour through you. It wants to pour through you. It's trying to pour through you at times. And if you're in action, it can pour through you. And then you're exalted. So here's a story. About a week ago, remember the big snow about a week ago? I was caught in that snow. Now, I'm used to like knowing wherever I'm supposed to be, I'm going to be there, and I'm on time, and et cetera. And I'm knowing this, of course. And then I'm heading up this icy hill, and another icy hill, and another icy hill, and I keep going, I can do this, I can do this. And I'm saying to Spirit, okay, I need your help here, angels. You come in and help me on this because this looks a little bit treacherous. So anyway, I got up to the last icy hill, and it was so icy I couldn't get up. So there were a couple men there in the subdivision that I was close to, and they guided my car to a parking spot by the entrance to the subdivision. And I thought to myself, okay, angels, got it. They're the angels, got it. Okay, so I'm supposed to sit here for a while. Okay, got it. And then as people got stuck on the hill, more and more guys would get out of their car, park their car on the side of the road, and then join these two angels. And by the time, after about 3 hours, there were a whole, like 10 angels there, men, 10 angel men. And they were all helping and guiding. And like, you can park over here, I'll help you. No, turn your wheel that way. Okay, back up just real slow. And they were helping and helping. And I thought, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Is this why I'm here, so I can see the beauty of this? And I wasn't in like, oh my God, I'm going to be late. In fact, I thought, well, I'm late, and I'm not even going to make it at all. Okay, so I'm here for a reason. Watch. And there were these angels. And then finally, I called AAA, by the way, to say, come get me out of here. I had no idea how they were going to do that because the whole thing was so icy. But somebody out of the subdivision came with this little plow, and they went up the street, cleared it, went down the street, up the street, down the street, cleared the icy hill. It wasn't what I thought, right? It was something completely different. God responded. The universe responds. So the road was clear. And now the angel guys came over to my car and said, we're going to dig you out. And so I said, oh, thank you. And so they're digging me out. Got the back all dug out. And then the guy pulls out in front. He says, we're going to push you from the front, and you can, go backward. I'm going, oh my God, I do not want to hit anybody. But okay, I'm trusting. So anyway, before they did that, I ran down to this house where the lady was helping me because I needed to use the facilities. And I said to her, I just am so grateful for you. I just wanted to give you some money so you could buy yourself a treat. And she said, oh, no, absolutely not. I went, okay. She said, this is the way we're to be. This is how we're to give. And I went, okay, I totally agree with you. Thank you. But angel, right? All of them, every bit of them. And so I ran back to my car. They were ready. I pulled out, got up the hill that was icy and is no more. Called the AAA guy who was frantic. He was frantic. He said, I have 40 people calling me. I said, you don't have to come. He said, oh, thank you. So I was his angel. And so that was the story. And I thought, why were those guys so happy? They were so happy. It was like a community effort, pulling people out and helping them. Why were they so happy? Because they were giving to something beyond themselves. And that's what we all want. We want, whether you know it or not, you want to give to something beyond yourself. And when you do that, there's such an enlightenment and such a joy and such a flow. It's incredible. And so it doesn't, whatever it is, it's helping a little kid that gets lost on the trail, done that. All these things, we have, every day we have multitude possibilities of ways that we can do that Get out of yourself and help somebody. So, and then it's all really about finding that inner passion, finding that thing that speaks to you, that spirit is guiding you, saying, this is your talent, this is your skill, come on. And so I'm bringing my attention back to Steven Spielberg, and we all knew that he's award-winning producer of movies. You know, he's excellent. He's won lots and lots of awards and things. But when he was a kid, he loved videotaping. So every day he would arrange his house. Can you imagine what his mother went through? Arrange the house into whatever set he was going to create from that day. It could be a Western, it could be whatever. And he would get his friends in, and they'd put costumes on, and then they would create scripts, and then he would videotape. And then he would study it, and then change it and get better and do it the next one. So what was his talent? His talent was creating these stories and these images, you know, that ignite people, that help people change, that rethink things. So, of course, he wasn't going to give up on this, and he had no credentials. But he went to some studio, and I don't know which one it was, and he walked into the lot, and he found an empty office, and he created his own production company from that empty office. Nobody knew that he had done that, but he's walking around the studio talking to people like he owns the place, and pretty soon they're going, well, we need to ask Steven about that. He's got some good ideas. And that's how he got started. Who's got the guts to do that? I mean, that's what I love, is that these are gutsy people that do this. They're not going to let the idea that they don't have the right credentials, okay? But here's some more, is that Beyonce was told that she could not sing. Thank goodness she didn't listen to that. Michael Jordan did not even make his high school basketball team. Did it stop him? No, because he decided, I'm practicing. And then Albert Einstein was told he's really too stupid to learn anything. He operated from a different world. And we do. We operate from a different world. I knew when I was a little kid that I was never going to be normal. I thought, yay, I'm never going to be normal. Yay. I'm so glad. So getting back to the secret of abundance, I'm going to give you some secrets to abundance. They're not actually very secret. And by the way, this is the book that you can find in the bookstore that helps you get in touch with what your natural DNA is. I call it your spiritual DNA. It's called Kindle Your Passion for Life. Be outrageous. Be outrageous, because then you don't have to be normal. Yay. So here they are. I'm going to have to kind of peruse them pretty quickly, but that's okay. The first one is invest in your natural talents in any way possible. Give them away in the beginning. Go to class, read a book, keep investing, keep building them. Invest in your natural talents and increase them. 2, forgive yourself and everyone else. Do not make failure a deal for you. People fail because they're not good in the beginning. And it's okay, because that failure helped them to their next success. So don't get hung up on that. Just do it. Forgive yourself and everyone else. Because if we were living in the right mind, you would never have to forgive anybody, including yourself. Be generous. Be in service. Whatever you give is returned to you multiplied. If you do it with the intention of love and support and kindness, it will always come back to you and multiply. If you give anger, it comes back. If you give love and support, it comes back. If you give money, it comes back in the right intention. Can't be like, oh, I'm going to give this, but it's so hard. Give it. And then love. Just love. Love your neighbor, your life, your work, your opportunities. Let love be your center. Always love. Go back to love. Even if the ego says, oh, you should be really offended at that. No, don't do it. Just push it aside. I'm going to continue to love, because people are running around wounded, and they don't know what they're doing half the time. They don't know that anger is not a good thing, and resentment, not a good thing, and all of those things, not so good. So we have to forgive them and bring ourselves to our center and go, I love you anyway. Jesus said, love them because they know not what they do. And I think that over and over in my life, they don't know what they're doing. Just go ahead and love them anyway. So those are the 5 things. And the last thing I want to do with you, because I know I'm getting these signals, is I want you to stand up if you can. And I want you to hold your arms out like this. And I want you to feel this universal energy through your body and go, I love you and thank you for my talents and for every way that you want me to share them. I'm so grateful. And feel this flow of energy flowing, coming into you, and like, be so grateful with it. It's there, whether you know it. I saw you expressing it through your body and you guys expressing it through your art. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I bless you all.